Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at the fifth and final villain of the Age of Apocalypse scenario. So, who could it be?
Oh, I don't know. I'm blank. That's not anything new, but I'm blank.
It is another apocalypse. This is En Sabah Nur.
Yeah.
But you may notice something
Something's a little different
a
here.
little different. He is a triple changer, which I forgot to grab the other copies. Yeah, so it's not just the heroes that can change forms. Apparently, we've got a villain that can do it as well.
All right, so to set up En Sabah Nur's pyramid, we are going to grab Apocalypse 1 and 2, and then for standard and Apocalypse 2 and 3 for expert mode. We are going to grab the En Sabah Nur module. We're going to grab a standard set. So we've got another video that shows the different standard sets. If you want to check that out, we go through all the different options there, as well as the ones from Kana Heroes. So there's pretty good, cool stuff there. If you want to check that out, see what's available. But we're also going to grab two modular sets, and they suggest the Celestial Tech and the Clan Akabba. And then for setup, we're going to Apocalypse begins in the biomorph form, and you're going to deal each player a face down encounter card.
All right. All right. Side 1B starts with 1 threat per player, adds 1 threat per player per turn. We have 8 threat per player threshold, force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, we're going to place a power counter here. Then if there's at least 4 power counters here, the first player removes 4 of them and discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a superpower card is discarded and reveal it.
Superpower.
Yeah, so Apocalypse is going to get superpowers.
Yeah, like we really needed that.
All right.
All right, so then we've got Psi 2A. I can't even read this.
The first player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a superpower card is discarded and reveal it. Yeah, we're keeping this smaller on the screen for a reason here, but we'll. And then side 2B starts with 1 threat per player. We add 1 threat per player per turn, 10 threat per player threshold. Force response after resolving step 1. Okay, again, the power counters is the same, so that still does the power counters. And when you get 4 power counters, you discard cards so you get superpower. And if this one is complete, we lose the game.
All right, so Apocalypse 1 here. So he is a mutant biomorph. He schemes for 1, he attacks for 2. He's got overkill, and as a force response, after he changes to this form, you're going to deal 1 indirect damage to each player, and he has 16 hit points per player.
All right. Then he's got a cyberpath mode, 2 scheme, 1 attack. This gives him retaliate, and after he changes this form, place 1 threat on each scheme in play, and still the same hit points, obviously.
And then, of course, his giant form, he schemes for 2, he attacks for 2, he now has stalwart, and after he changes to this form, you're going to heal 1 damage to him.
Yeah. Okay. And then stage 2 is 1 scheme, 3 attack. He's got overkill. So the forms are the same, but it's just going to have more hit points. After he changes this form, deal 2 indirect, which I believe was the same, right? Oh, no, it was 1 indirect before. So now it's 2 indirect damage, and he's got 20 hit points. So they're slightly different.
All right, second one here, he schemes for 3, he attacks for 1 in the cyberpath. Still got retaliate 1. And then after you change this form, he's going to place 2 threat on each scheme in play.
Yeah, which was 1 threat.
Oh, was it 1 on the first
one?
Okay.
Yeah. Then his giant forms, 2 scheme, 3 attack, stalwart. After Apocalypse changes this form, heal 2 damage. So all the 1s became 2.
Yeah. All right. And of course, Apocalypse 3 here. He schemes for 2. He attacks for 3. Still got overkill. And then this time he is going to deal 3 damage or 3 indirect damage to each player when he changes to this form. And he has 24 hit points per player.
Okay. And then cyberpath mode, he's got 3 scheme, 2 attack. It's 3 threat, and instead of 2.
And for his giant form, it's 3 scheme, 3 attack. Still got stalwart, and he this time will deal 3, or he'll heal 3 damage, not deal. He heals 3 damage. All right, so now here we've got 2 copies of the Staggering Strength attachment. This is going to attach to Apocalypse and change him to the giant form. It gives him +2 attack, and as a forced interrupt, whenever he attacks you, you're stunned, and then you'll discard this card after that activation. And if it comes out as a boost after the activation, you're going to reveal the card then instead.
Right. So now this was one of the things where you were looking for a superpower. So, you know, and then of course superpowers can show up as treacheries. So he's going to change forms, and then he has a response when he changes the form. So it's kind of like Ant-Man, you know, where he likes to change forms, and then he gets to trigger his power. And these treachery cards is how it happens.
Yeah, he's like Ant-Man, but not fun to play as.
No. Yeah, so we got 2 copies of Biomorphic Blast. It's a superpower. When revealed, if Apocalypse is in the biomorph form, he activates against you. Otherwise, you change into bioform form and place 1 power counter on the main scheme, which could trigger that, of course, which would get him another superpower maybe. After this activation, change Apocalypse to biomorph form. So if you get the treachery of the card he's in, that's bad because he's going to activate against you. Otherwise, then he's just going to change to that form and get his little bonus power.
All right, and then we've got 2 copies of the technological interface. So this treachery is superpower is whenever it's revealed, if he is in cyberpath form, he's going to activate, and if not, then you're going to switch to that and add the power counter. And of course, as a boost, then after the activation, you'll change into cyberpath form.
All right, then we got giant size despot superpower. If Apocalypse is in giant form, he activates against you. Otherwise, you change the giant form, place a power counter, and after this activation, for the boost, change to giant form.
Then we've got the Source of Power side scheme. So this has starts with 5 threat. It is a superpower, and whenever defeated, if Apocalypse is in biomorph form, he activates against the player who defeats the scheme. Otherwise, you're going to change to biomorph, and you're going to give him a tough status card, and this one has an amplify.
Right. So yeah. So when you're digging for superpowers, you could end up getting a side scheme, not just treacheries. Then we got plugged in. If Apocalypse is in cyberpath form, he activates against the player who defeated this scheme. Otherwise, you change him to the cyberpath form and give him a tough status. And it's got a crisis and 5 starting. So you can kind of maybe time it to where it's like, yeah, we want him to change. We don't want him to activate against the person who clears it. So hopefully we clear the scheme in the form he's not in.
Yeah. All right, then we've got the giant growth one. So this one, if he's in giant growth, he's going to activate against the player who defeats it. Otherwise, he's going to switch to giant growth, and he'll get the tough status. Again, it has 5 threat, and it has a crisis icon on it. No, not crisis. Hazard.
It's starting, folks. He's starting to forget. All right. So one of the 2 suggested modules is Celestial Tech. So this gives him +0 scheme, armor, celestial attached to the villain. When the villain schemes against you, discard the top card of your deck. If that card resource has energy, heal 2 from the villain. Mental, you are confused, and discard this card. Strength, give the villain a tough status card. Or wild, do all of the above.
All right. Then we've got the Celestial Weapon. So this one, it's a weapon you're going to attach to the villain. And as a force interrupt, whenever the villain attacks you, you're going to discard the top card of your deck. And if the resource is an energy, it's going to deal 2 damage to your identity. If it's a mental, then you're going to discard a random card. Nope. Or no, discard a card, not random. Thank goodness. If it is strength, then you're stunned, and you're going to discard this card. And if it's wild, you're going to do all of the above.
All right, bring that other card back for a second. So one thing I thought was kind of interesting with these 2 cards is every time he activates, you have to do the interrupt power, which is the, discarding top card of your deck and check with the resource. But the only way you get rid of it is if you draw, that card has the right resource on it. So this could activate multiple times, or it can only activate once, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Luckily enough, the wild does trigger the strength because it does everything above.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So
or it does trigger the one that gets rid of it.
So Domino doesn't have to deal with this very often.
although it hits her pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
All right, then we've got 2 copies of the Celestial Tech Treachery. So whenever this one's revealed, for each celestial attachment in play, you're going to resolve its effect as if it was attached to the villain, just as if the attached villain just schemed against you, and attacked you. So it's going to do both. And if there's no celestial attachment on this villain, you're going to search the encounter deck and discard pile for a celestial attachment and reveal it, then shuffle.
All right. Then the second modular set that they suggested is Clan Akabba. So we have Osmodeus, 1 scheme, 1 attack, 6 hit points. Clan Akabba Elite, tough, villainous. When he schemes, place threat on the ancient ritual, and as a boost, choose to either place 3 threat on ancient ritual, or this card gets +3 boosts. Oh, I guess I forgot to put that out. So this is a permanent for this module.
All right, so yeah, this one, if you're using it, it comes out at the beginning. It's part of the setup. But Ancient Ritual starts out with 5 threat, and then after threat is placed here, if there is at least 10 threat on here, you're going to remove 5 threat from this scheme and deal each player a face down encounter card. So yeah, if it goes up to like say, 14, you're going to remove 5, so it's only going to be 1 away from popping again. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right. Then we got a Scarab, 1 scheme, 3 attack, 5 hit points, quick strike, force response. After Scarab attacks, place 1 threat on the ancient ritual, 3 instead if the attack defeated an ally.
Okay. We've got the Clan Akabba Zealot. We've got 3 copies of it. It is Clan Akabba Ally with 3 hit points. It schemes for 2, attacks for 2, and has guard. And whenever defeated, you're going to place 2 threat on the ancient ritual. And if this comes out as a boost, you're going to place 1 threat on the ancient ritual instead.
All right. And then the final card we got is Tyrant Worship. When revealed, place 5 threat on the ancient ritual, so that could trigger its ability.
Yep.
And as a boost, you choose to either place 3 threat on ancient ritual, or this card gets +3 boosts. So
yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Apocalypse was kind of, or En Sabah Nur, I guess, was kind of interesting that it was a triple changer for the villain. So that was kind of an interesting surprise. And then I had to contact the Etsy store to get more copies of this thing. So, but yeah. So anyways, so that wraps up the 5 scenarios for Age of Apocalypse. But we have one more video. One thing that is that each of the heroes in this wave had an encounter set. So we will do a video with the Age of Apocalypse encounter sets. All right. So anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see you.